Welcome to Where Cowgirls Shop, the show where the spirit of the West meets the beauty of unique, one-of-a-kind finds. From handmade jewelry to home decor with a touch of Western charm, we're bringing you the best cowgirl-inspired products, made with love and crafted to stand out. Each week, we're showcasing incredible businesses that celebrate the true cowgirl spirit. So, saddle up and join us to discover something special. Join us each week on the Where Cowgirls Shop Show, as you'll always find something that speaks to your heart.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Where Cowgirls Shop. We are super excited to be here today. We have a really fun show for you. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd, and Mother's Day is just a few weeks away. I'm a mother to a very beautiful daughter that you won't get to meet today, but this topic is very special to me, and you'll get to hear from our co-hosts, Tori and Faith. Specifically, Tori has some fun things to share today about her mother as well. So let me have them introduce themselves next.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tori. I was Miss Radio Wisconsin 2024. So just last year, I wrapped up my Miss Radio Wisconsin reign in December and then officially retired from Queen Life come January 2025. And through that, I got to work with a ton of really great businesses within the industry. And upon meeting Kim, I get to continue working with you all and enjoying sharing the different businesses and people behind them. So I'm really excited to be a part of this, and I look forward to chatting with you all today.
All right, Faith.
Hi guys, my name's Faith. I operate an Instagram page called Ranchy Rapunzel, where I just kind of do Western lifestyle, Western fashion, and home decor. I have a huge passion for small Western businesses and product marketing. So I'm just so excited to be part of the Cowgirl Biz team and just show you guys more unique, awesome products in the industry.
Fabulous. All right. As I mentioned, our theme today is celebrating mothers. Happy Mother's Day is coming on May 11th. And we have some fun things planned at Where Cowgirls Shop between now and then. Today kicks off the live with this theme, where we will be celebrating mothers and daughters as business duos. And you'll get to meet one of those here at the end of our show today that you won't want to miss. And we're also celebrating the spirit of how mothers and daughters share the cowgirl spirit. So again, you're going to hear a little bit more about that in just a minute. But first, we want to share with you our sponsor. This is the Wild Horse Company, and they have sponsored our show today as well as our jewelry category. And Faith is going to share a little bit more about them.
Yes, so I love the Wild Horse Company. I have a lot of friends that purposefully only buy from her store. What's great about her is that she sells all authentic, 100% Native American jewelry. I don't know how many times I have been scammed in buying some Navajo pearls that I thought were authentic and obviously were not. And you can tell by looking just at the pearls alone that they are authentic from a mile away. So all of her pieces are stunning. The stones have so much marbling and they're really impressive. So we also have them here in front of us. We can show you guys to the camera as well. So you can just get a close up of them.
Before we do that real quick, can you talk about what's on the screen right here?
Yeah, so we've got, she's got a pendant on the Navajo pearls that can be taken off and removed. That's the great thing about pendants. We know in Western industries, or Western fashion anyway, for jewelry, we stack and change up how we layer our necklaces all the time. So that's great. We've got the turquoise ring, which is beautiful. And then we have a cuff as well. And as you can see, all three of those stones perfectly match. And then she has got little stud earrings as well that are genuine Indian, Native American, handcrafted. Silver.
All right. I'm going to put you up. Now you're up front and center.
Now we're ready. Yes. So as you can see, just beautiful pieces. Studs are huge. I love studs. So these are like one of my favorites. I've wanted a pair of earrings like this for a while. You can see the cuff here. What's great about cuffs is that they're flexible. I don't like a bracelet that moves up and down. So cuffs will sit perfectly on your wrist. The ring is gorgeous. You can see the tooling around the ring as well with the craftsmanship there. And then we'll get into the pearls. So gorgeous pendant here that's removable. And then you can tell a real pearl from a mile away just by kind of the shine and whatnot. And there's a difference between, Navajo pearls and freshwater pearls. But these are 100% Navajo. So I love the different sizes of beading. It is a lot of work to create just one of these pearls. So that's why we value and love handcrafted so much more than factory. So these are great pieces. And that is what she has sent to us, just kind of a little bit of everything, whether it's a ring, a cuff, earrings, and a necklace. So she just kind of showed us some of her beautiful pieces, and we are just so excited to have her be a sponsor of the show.
All right. Okay, next up is Tori. Hang on one second. All right.
I want to to that jewelry too. As Miss Rodeo Wisconsin, we travel a lot, and some people, collect T-shirts or shot glasses and things like that. And I collected jewelry during my year.
Yeah.
So I got to my collection. So I love seeing all the different businesses and different jewelry makers. So that's fun. If you guys travel a lot, think about maybe collecting a piece of jewelry. It's been fun growing a collection.
Yeah. There's a story behind every piece.
Yes. Yeah. And every time I wear it, I think of, I have a piece from Reno, Nevada, and I think about it every time. So it's a really fun thing to do. But we will get started with my little snippet. So when Kim was talking about Mother's Day, I said, hey, I did something really special during my reign as Miss Rodeo Wisconsin. I did a tribute to my mom. So when we travel down, so as a state title holder, you get 12 months to represent your state. And then at the end of the year, you travel down to Las Vegas and you compete for a 9-day pageant. And one of you walk away with the title of Miss Rodeo America. So it was a very rigorous, very long, very fun pageant. And the biggest, most exciting kind of portion of it is fashion show. And every girl gets to design their own fashion forward outfit. So there's a lot of thought that goes into it. There's a big production. The public comes in and pays tickets to the show. We have choreography. We have dance routines. Last year, we had a live camel that carried in Miss Rodeo America. So, they fly in choreographers. We learn dances. So fashion forward outfit is like a huge deal in the queen world. Everyone kind of looks forward to it. That's something that I have watched for years. What are the girls wearing? So that's kind of like why it was so special. So thinking about what I wanted to do, last year's Miss Rodeo America did a lot of like upcycling and vintage pieces. And I loved the idea of wearing, something special. She had a lot of special pieces in her closet. So I went forward and recreated my mom's wedding dress into my fashion forward outfit. So Kim, I don't know if you can make the screen bigger on the slideshow.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We'll come back to this view.
So that's a picture of what I did. In the previous slide, you could see her full dress. And then I recreated the top into like a one piece. And then I took her skirt and I did kind of like a half skirt with some lilac colored pants to bring in more of like a cowgirl-esque theme with my lilac colored hat. So this was a super, super fun thing to put together. My mom and I are super close. She came and flew out to I don't know how many rodeos last year just to come see me in person and come see me along the road. So she was really thankful. During the time, like you get your phones taken away for pageants. So 9 days I couldn't talk to my parents. So my mom would send me emails and they would print them out and we would get them at the end of each day. So that was really special for us. And in her email right before fashion show, she had said, Tori, thank you so much for bringing me along for your ride. So it was really special. I didn't cry like any other emails, but that one made me bawl like a baby because she, after everything, she's thanking me, for helping like bring her along, which I thought was just bizarre because I like owe everything for her. So it was really cute that she's like, oh, thanks for bringing me along. And then I brought her on the stage of Miss Rodeo America with her dress. So something really special and really cool. And then I actually have the piece here with me that Kim was like, oh, let's show a close up. So this is her wedding dress from from when she got married. It's got
I love the beading. That's so fun.
It's so pretty and it's really sparkly. It's got the puff sleeves, which she thought was the ugliest thing ever. She's like, take off the sleeves. And I said, no, that's what makes it cool.
That's what makes it fun. Yeah.
So I was really excited with it. And then I was joking with Kim and Faith earlier. This is what was on the back. She had a ginormous bow on her butt of her wedding dress. I decided to take that off. But I wanted to ask everyone, kind of make it interactive and fun. So I get married in August and I want to do something fun. I have a ton of extra material from her dress. Like, what is something fun that maybe you guys have seen, like reusing a wedding dress and regifting to your mom? I've seen clutches. Unfortunately, her dress is not going to match a clutch if I make her a white lace clutch. But I'm just kind of curious, like, if you guys haven't done anything special for your mom or used part of her wedding dress in that way, I think it'd be super fun. But yeah, that's my little snippet of my mom. I don't know how much time we have, Kim, but I do have another little fun snippet. My ring, my mom got her original wedding ring. She redesigned it on her 25th anniversary. So she had one ring, her old wedding ring, just kind of sitting around. She'd wear it once in a while. And I'm the only daughter, so we had come up with the idea. She gave me her original stone that my dad proposed with.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I put it in my ring. So yeah, so I get to wear her every day, share my parents' love. And then my grandma gifted me her stones, and I have it in my wedding band. So
that's so cool.
So between the two, their anniversaries equal 100 years even. So I have 100 years to carry with me. So yeah, like we'll start, 101 years come our first anniversary. So it's just something fun. So it's very Mother's Day-y, so I thought I'd share.
Yeah, that is so beautiful to have the 3 generations all together. And then even Tori and her mom love to horse ride together and all kinds of fun stuff. So we will save all that story for another time. But next segment that we're going to go into is some of the beautiful things that our businesses and our artisans make. And we're going to share with you a few of those products. And then don't leave, because coming soon in just a couple minutes is a very special interview with a mother and daughter duo that we really want to share with you. So stay tuned, just a couple more minutes. Okay, as far as products, we have coming up next is a few more leather artisan products from J. Huber Leather Designs, and I'll get Faith ready to showcase these.
And just I'm excited to show you guys real quick. J. Huber does purses, but we're going to piggyback off of the wedding thing that we were just talking about with Tori. She custom made me a bouquet wrap for my wedding just last year. Our last name was Talbot. So I said, can you put a T on there? And it was absolutely beautiful. And I got faux flowers, so I get to keep it forever. So that's just a fun snippet. But now we'll get into the purses, because she is such a craftsman. This is it's hard to pick favorites, but if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be this one. The rope can purses are so big right now, and so is the boot stitch. You see it everywhere, and I love that she does so many personal designs that are just so inspired by her own creativity. Nobody else is going to have a purse like this if you purchase a purse from her. So this is the back, and well, it could be the back or the front, and then this is the other side. She has so much detail in all of her tooling. There's also tooling on the top where the zipper is, and then the straps are buck stitched and tooled as well. And then she hand makes the fringe tassels on the side. And then the other one, which is just as beautiful, has got some gorgeous painted leather tooling on the front as well. So we've got leopard, roses, turquoise, and then the fringe is extremely long. So I love long fringe. And then we also have a very soft hide here on the side. The strap is also custom designed as well. It's very, very soft and flexible, which I love. And then the inside even has a fun pattern as well. So she spares no details. So Absolutely love her products. She's a personal friend of mine. I love her creativity, whether it comes to small pieces like a wedding bouquet or a custom purse. She has a very exciting custom purse she's going to release soon, I think for a specific customer, but I just can't wait to see what she comes up with. So we love her very much.
Yes, we do adore Joy very much. Okay, Tori is next with a few more things for our mothers and as well as ourselves. These are some gorgeous pieces. We'll put here Tori so she can share these.
Yeah, so I got some pieces from Wild and Unbridled shipped. She's out of Texas and she makes Native American jewelry. She has a ton of beautiful pieces. I know we've shared this one before, but this is one of her beaded necklaces. Very smooth, goes all the way up. Just really fun colors. I mean, you could wear this with literally any outfit because there's so many colors and it'll go great with anything. So
and
really
tell us the fun story about the picture on the top right of her screen.
Oh yes, that one was fun. Faith is definitely the pro when it comes to modeling. I was trying to I had my actual camera out, so I should have just used my phone, which would have been easier. But I have my camera on a tripod and I'm leaning back trying to get this necklace, give it justice on how beautiful it is. So I was in my office here and just trying to
You're pretty talented. I struggle on any given day, so.
Well, good. I'm glad because everything, yours are so awesome. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how she does this, but it was also winter too and cold.
Yeah,
so.
It's very hard to do in the winter.
Yeah, for sure. And then, the other pieces I took, that's my thing. I love product photography. I like being behind the camera. So you can see I took some other pictures of her necklaces and other things she sent. And I have here right with me is the other necklace that she sent. It's like a two piece, but one clasp little set. So it's got a cute heart with wings.
We love a stack in Western fashion. So
and I love the paper clip chains.
Yes.
I love them. So super fun. I will go over to a cuff next. So I really love these cuffs. I have one cuff that is metal that's wide like this, and it feels like I have a wrist brace on. I cannot move. I just want to take it off at the end of the day, where these are super flexible and soft. So super, super cute. It's got the
unique.
Thunderbird.
Yeah, you don't see it's got the saddle pad weaving in the back.
Yeah, some Pendleton going on. And then the clasp is really fun. It's very unique, and it just slides up to your wrist, and it's not gonna move on its own, because it's on leather, but kind of a fun way to clasp or put on a cuff. And her other cuff is just like that. This one's a little bit thinner, which is nice, and then it's got some nice detailing, the buck stitch, the feathers, super, super pretty. And then same thing, it's got this little slider on the back. Yeah. And it's even got the detail here too, which is really fun. So super, super cute. And then I think this might be my favorite piece she sent. This
that's my favorite too.
So pretty. The turquoise with the drop. I love it. It's stunning. And it's got the paper clip too. So all of our favorite things. So yeah, some really, really cool pieces that she has.
All right. One more special set of products. Let us bring these back up. And we are going to share some amazing artwork and artistry by Chris Thompson bags. Faith has these in person, so we're going to let her talk about them briefly and then show them to you.
Yes. So I love Chris Thompson bags. They are handcrafted, one of a kind by the artist. And she uses genuine upcycled leather cowboy boots, which are awesome. And then she can do custom orders if you send her a pair of cowboy boots. What I love about this is that if you have an older pair of boots that are just really important to you, whether it's your grandma's boots or they have just been in for generations, or let's say you put a lot of miles on them and you loved them with all your heart and now the soles are worn out, there's a way to use them and have those special pair of boots with you forever. And you can utilize it every single day. So I will go ahead and show you guys. And there's something like, there's like little surprises on the inside that I think the details are super, super cool. So this one's one of my favorites. This is a little bit smaller one, kind of like a crossbody. We have fringe on the bottom as well as turquoise and a little concho. So I love this. And then she has more conchos that she'll add sometimes extra. And then what's so fun is there's signatures that are personal to them. You can kind of see the brand of the boot. I just think the inside of the purses are so fun. And they're really, really flexible. Yeah, so you can fit your wallet, fit your sunglasses, lip gloss, whatever you need in there. And you'll have something that nobody else is going to have that I think is really cool. So we'll go through the next couple ones. This one's made out of a pair of, and then the straps are also belts, which I think is really, really cool. This one's made out of a pair of tin hull boots. So we've got some fringe on the back and then fringe on the front. And then she's got a great clasp here with a concho. Again, the inside has some fun signatures, the branding, the size. So it's so personable to you if you do send in a pair of boots that you've had for years and you just want a special way to remember them. And then kind of for the grand finale here is this really cool black one. So we've got hide here on the bottom. These are laced together. These two, there's like the sets laced together here in the front and the back, which is really, really cool. And then when we open it, again, this is a pair of Stetson boots. You can just see all the detail on the inside as well. So unique, so special, and I think a great way to remember a special pair of boots in your life. I can think of there's a specific pair of boots I have in my mind right now that I wore for years and my mom wore for years that are like going to the end of their life, and I'm like, this would be a really fun way to remember them. So yeah, what a cool business and a creative thought. So we love her bags.
Great. All right, we are to a super fun segment next. We will be bringing onto the stage and celebrating mothers and daughters in business together. You're going to get to meet Tammy of Tammy I hope I'm saying it right, Tammy Tappan Art, and you'll get to meet her daughter, Taylor of Equestrian Chocolate Company. So just give me a second and I will bring them on the stage. All right. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Taylor.
Hey, thanks for having us.
You are welcome.
Good to see you.
All right, so we're going to start with Tammy. She is in her home, and we're going to have her describe where in her home she is and tell us a little bit about how she got started with her business.
Hey everybody, my name is Tammy Tappan. I am a full-time equestrian artist. Currently I am working out of my brand new home studio. So I kind of bounce between North Carolina and Texas and Florida, but right now I'm home. This is where I sculpt, and I'm also a painter, so I have another section of the studio where I do that.
All right, tell us about the horse that's there to your right.
My right. This one?
No, other way. Sorry, I guess this. Yeah, the camera's there. You go.
One I'm working on. This one is in clay, so it'll eventually be a bronze. But this is how bronze starts. You sculpt in clay, then there's a molding process, and eventually you go through the mold to the wax and into the bronze. So this, and I was rushing because she had no ears this morning when we started, and she was awkward, and no tail, as you can see. She's still working on the tail. And then the pieces in the background here are a couple of bronzes, and then the seahorse to the far side is the actual clay that I started with. So clay, bronze, and then this piece here in the black is called Piaf, and it is a bronze also. But you'll notice I have put below them our new product line, which is the chocolate bars. behind each one. So I don't know
All
if
right.
a little closer, but that's the seahorse of
Beautiful.
our new mold. And we've got four more that we're releasing here next week.
Okay. We'll bring Taylor on in just 1 second, but tell us about being at some of the shows and what it's like and some of the questions that you get.
So I do a lot of horse shows, and they range all the way from hunter jumpers to the reining horse shows, and so a lot of times I work at the show, same process, and I've had, I would say, on a 90% of those events, I have people walk up and say, "Oh my gosh, is that chocolate?" And it does look like chocolate, especially when it's warm. It gets shiny. So that is a common question, which I think where you're going is what triggered the concept of, well, what if it was chocolate?
That's right. That's right. All right. We're going to bring Taylor into you're both still on stage, but we're going to bring Taylor up to say hi. Hi, Taylor.
Hey, how are you? I'm Taylor. I'm with the Equestrian Chocolate Company. So I'm excited to be here. The question that Tammy gets all of the time is that chocolate kind of transpired where our new business plan has arose from, which is why we have our Equestrian Chocolate Company now. So the molds that we are using for our chocolate bars are actually inspired by Tammy's bronze sculptures. So we are super excited to have those launched and ready for pre-orders. So like Tammy said, I've got a couple of our bars here for you folks to see. And this is the seahorse as well.
So what caused you guys, or what led to kind of the flavors of chocolate that you chose? Like, was it a difficult process, or is there a lot of different flavors, or how did that work out for you?
So our first launch of chocolate, we're going to have our discipline series, which has 4 bars of chocolate in there. We have selected 2 different types of chocolate right now that are produced by our co-packers, Indigenous Chocolate, which are actually some of my regulars at my day job that I've met. So we connected with them. They're local here in my area in Panama City, Florida. And they single source their beans from different places around the world. So we'll have, for our 4-pack of bars, 2 of those bars will be made from beans out of Bolivia. Those are going to be fruitier and smooth tasting with a bit of banana and honey flavoring to them. And then the other 2 will be poured in my favorite chocolate that they produce, which is out of Ivory Coast. It's very smooth and it's got a bit of a coconutty flavor in the background. And all of that chocolate is just the sourcing of the beans and then organic sugar. So those flavor profiles actually come directly from where those beans are sourced. So it's definitely your new unique chocolate. It's not something you've probably ever tasted before.
It's not coming out of Walmart.
Nope. Sure is not.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Tell us a little bit about being a daughter of an artist and what that's like.
It is definitely unique. When people ask me what my mom does for a living, it's not just she does art. She's incredible, though. She is definitely the most talented person that I've ever met, and she's very inspiring. People are in shock when I show them pictures day to day, and they're like, "She did that by herself, by hand?" So
Excellent. And then you mentioned your day job, and I as we got acquainted and prepared for today, you shared that had a lot to do with you being able to execute this beautiful new business.
Yes. So I'm a restaurant girl, born and raised essentially. So I have been a server since I was 14. It's kind of what I know and what I love. I am a foodie by heart. So while we're pulling this up off the ground, I am still day to day working my full-time gig. So.
All right. Do you have more molds or chocolate you want to show us?
I do. I have the Pia here with me, which is another one of our molds. And I actually sent some of them to Tammy. Tammy, do you have our newest one that we haven't released yet on hand?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
Why don't you go ahead and show them? This is going to be our 4th and final bar that we haven't yet released on social media or on our website yet. But what a better place to release that. This is one of our fan favorites. This is the 2 heart sculpture that Tammy's created, and we've added that into our final bar.
I love that.
Fitting for Mother's Day.
Yes.
So cute.
So it's kind of funny. One of the parts of this process is figuring out the shipping. So about 15 minutes before we went on air, I got a UPS shipment with 3 different packages and different, shipping materials, which is why I now have all the molds. The POF piece that Taylor was just talking about, we've been kind of playing with the molds to make sure they've got the best detail. So this is the most recent one.
I shipped her all of my product. Which is not good because she's worse than my toddler. When we were doing some test molds, I don't know which one of them I yelled at more. Stop eating the product is what I told her and my toddler.
Oh, wow.
This is true.
All right, Tori, I think you had a question for them.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, you have a seahorse and then you have normal, other horses. I mean, what inspires the different bars? How do you choose what you're putting on them?
Well, so I've been working as a sculptor for about 8 or 9 years, and I'm a horse girl at heart, but I grew up in the 4-H. So we, when I was a kid, I have 2 sisters, we had the backyard ponies that you literally did everything. You did the egg and spoon, you rode Western Pleasure, you went into the hunt seat. So I have an appreciation of all the different disciplines. I'm just horsey. So when I started sculpting, I started kind of exploring those different programs. So my most popular pieces are what we're building the molds off of, PF being one of them. One of the most recent is called the Slide, and obviously representative of the reining horse world. But the funnest sculpture, is that a word, funnest? The most fun I've ever had sculpting is literally doing the seahorse. It was like working for Disney. So, you got to create your own textures and your details, and there's nobody standing over you going, well, I don't think that's where the eye is in the seahorse. So there's a little freedom there. So that's what the piece started with. And we'll be adding to them as new pieces evolve through my career. And we will release new bars, but we'll also release new flavor profiles with those bars. And that's Taylor's department. It's such an interesting piece. It's, it's like coffee or wine. There's so many varieties. Where do you start?
That's awesome. Okay, Taylor, I'm bringing you back up front here. I'm going to ask you about any business advice that you have heard and learned from your mom that is that first comes to mind, or one of the top things you'd like to share.
Sure. So in the production of our new business endeavor together, there's been a lot of times that Tammy and I have had conversation. I've said, we can't do that, or that won't work. And she said, but why? Why can't we make it work? We could do it this way. So I think her teaching me that you can do those things and you don't have to say no, I think that's really important. Something that I've learned throughout this whole project so far with her. She is definitely the yes woman.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Flipping screens one more time. Tammy, what about a business advice that you've learned from your daughter?
So I lack fear of making mistakes. I'm just like, it's not about the mistake, it's how you recover. But Taylor is a much more methodical,
I'm the voice of reason.
Patient. I'm not. So when she kind of puts the brakes on, I have had to learn to step back and go, okay, this is her business. Let's see where she really wants to go. And she's pretty wise in a lot of those areas. It's like, let's not do that yet because we need to do this, this, and this. So patience, I think, is what I'm learning from working with her.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, daughter. Any other closing comments and things you would like to share?
I'll share if anybody's interested to check out our new website. We do have our gift boxes available for pre-order now. Those should be shipping in the next 3 weeks or so. So we'd love for everybody to check that out. We appreciate you having us on here. Thank you so much.
And can you repeat what the URL is of your website? We'll make sure it's in all the comments and in the description as well.
Sure. It's equestrianchocolateco.com.
Excellent. Excellent.
Perfect.
All right, ladies. Happy Mother's Day to everyone here, other than we've got 2 daughters that are not yet mothers. But thank you all for sharing in today's celebration and all the fun products and all the relationships that are so beautiful between mothers and daughters, and the inspiration, and most importantly, the amazing cowgirl spirit. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.